Hey everyone, I'm Mary, and this is my simple cottage life. Hey everybody. Well, I debated on making this video. I'm like, yeah, I should make it. No, I better not make it. Yeah, people need to hear it. It's gonna make people mad. Well, if it makes you mad, I'm sorry. But there are a lot of people out there that might benefit from this information. I am not an expert by any means, but I am very careful how I spend my money. I absolutely am. So you know how ads on YouTube are catered to the age of the person watching the ad. If you watch gaming videos, for instance, you're probably not going to see Social Security ads. And I see a Social Security ad at least 20 times a day on YouTube, to the point that I'm sick of watching them. So I click off of them immediately, but still, they seem to be the first thing that pops up every time I click to view a video. And another thing that pops up is final expense life insurance. And it goes something like, do you need final expense life insurance? And it goes into a long thing about for final expenses. Well, what are your final expenses? If you have a big mortgage that you owe on your house, your little bit of insurance that you pay for every month now is not going to do a thing to pay off that mortgage or that new car. But if you're like me and you live a fairly simple life where you don't have a new car to pay for and you don't have a great big mortgage on a beautiful new home, or maybe a vacation home somewhere that you need to worry about, then you are the one I'm talking to. I'm not talking to the people who have millions in the bank. And I'm not talking to those people who have a heck of a lot to lose when the eventuality of life happens. So do you need final expense life insurance? And the answer is no. No, you don't. If you need to pay off something later, or something needs to be paid off after you're gone, yeah, it would come in handy for the person that's left behind to have to mess with it. But if you don't have that kind of thing, you don't need final expense life insurance. And it says, well, funerals are like $7,000 to $10,000. Yeah, that's why I'm not having a funeral. I decided a long time ago that is foolish stuff. And what are funerals for? And this is where it's going to make somebody mad. They're not for the person who's the main event in the funeral. They're for the people that's left behind. It's for the friends and the family. It's not for the person who's passed away. So you don't need to pay $7,000 to $10,000 to have a big, lavish funeral. Be cremated. That's exactly what I intend to do. That's what I had done with Bobby, and he wanted it. And I want it, and it's practical. And the cost, $900. And there are places all over the country that you can check out the rates. But that's all it was, y'all. That's all it was. Why pay for a casket? Why pay for a burial plot in some cemetery that's eventually going to be all overgrown, or that nobody's going to go there? Now, if you go visit your relative's grave, that's great, that's wonderful, but they're not there. They ceased to be there when they ceased to live. Would they want you saddled with a $10,000 debt just so everybody can come and talk about how wonderful they were? No. If you did your job while they were alive, they knew how wonderful they were. You don't need to do that extra for them. They would want you to do for you as the one that's left behind. So you don't need to have final expense life insurance, but you do need a little bit of money in the bank to pay for cremation. And you can put that aside little by little until you have that total, because it's not that much. So forego maybe eating out, going out to eat once a month, or to the movies, or for a vacation. Take that money instead and sock it away somewhere. That is your final expense. That's what the ads don't say. Whose final expense is it? Well, it's the one that's left behind. And you don't want to leave them with that, do you? And you don't want to leave them with a great big bill either, do you? So prepare for your own final expense. And do it with the peace of mind of knowing you did all you could. And if it makes you mad, I'm sorry. Sometimes we need to hear things that aren't necessarily enjoyable, but are necessary. So I hope to see you again soon, and I certainly hope God is good to you. See you soon. Bye-bye.